Boys, in previous video I have explained function of commercial bank, and in that function of commercial bank I do have explained first function of mobilizing deposit, where I have explained various types of account offering from commercial banks, and from all such account offerings how commercial banks are mobilizing deposit I have explained. Now the second one is, first point was accepting deposits, or you may say mobilizing deposits. Now the second point includes advancing loan. Advancing loan. In fact, advancing loan is one of the important functioning of every commercial bank, and success of every commercial bank depends on how safely and how effectively these are engaged in advancing loan. It is the advancing loan through which banks tend to earn revenues, and which ultimately fulfills their ultimate purpose of establishment. So banks normally offers various types of loan facility under advancing loan, and these are: A, overdraft; B, cash credit; C, term loan; D, priority sector advances; E, consumer durable advances; F, discounting of bills. Now, what is overdraft? As I have explained in the past, those entities which are possessing current account facility, commercial banks tend to offer them overdraft facility. So, what is the bank overdraft? It may be defined as a limited accommodation granted by banker to overdraw their account in order to meet certain urgent requirement of fund. Before granting overdraft facility, banks may have security deposit, and such security deposit may be in the form of immovable property or other assets. Now banks tend to set the limit of overdraft. For instance, an entity has got overdraft limit of rupees 5 lakhs. Now in the current account of that entity, suppose cash balance is 50,000. So at this time, that entity, since it has got overdraft facility of rupees 5 lakhs, can easily draw up to rupees 5 lakh 50,000. That means 5 lakh overdraft plus 50,000 cash available balance. Now the amount of overdrawn amount of rupees 5,000 will carry interest until that entity is not refunding that overdraft amount again with the banker will charge interest over that amount. So overdraft facility, many business entities tend to accept this overdraft facility so that if any financial requirement arises, the same may be fulfilled instantly. Now the second one is cash credit. Under cash credit facility, commercial banks tend to accept securities and other government bonds paper as security deposit from entities, and whatever amount it tends to provide as loan to the entities, actually that loan facility is provided in order to fulfill working capital and short-term working capital requirement of those entities. Entire loan money is to be paid as per terms conditions set between banker and the customer within that stipulated period of time along with interest thereon. But as far term loan is concerned, actually banks used to hesitate long-term loan because money deposited by its customers may be withdrawn as and when they require. That is why bankers used to hesitate in giving long-term loan to its customers. However, for many entities where there is requirement of urgent installation of plant and machinery, furniture, fixtures, etc., banks offers term loan facility to those entities for purchasing such fixed assets. Now, the amount of loan provided is duly paid to banker in installment along with interest thereon. But the next one is priority sector advances. As per instruction of government, banks tend to provide advances to those sectors which are in priority list of government so that economic development and financial help should be provided to those economically weaker sectors so that overall development and optimum economic progress may shape up within the country. The next one is consumer durable advances. Bankers again hesitates in giving loan for buying consumer durables like television, washing machine, refrigerator, etc. Because these are fragile in nature and may be lost. But in order to promote consumer durable industry, nowadays bankers are also offering loan facility against all such consumer durable. So in this way, bankers have facilitated active growth and development for consumer durable industry also. Next one is discounting of bills. It is another important aspect and important advancing loan facility offering from commercial banks. You all know, along with cash purchase and sale, credit purchase sale also happens. But in case of credit purchase and sale, the selling entity tend to draw bill of exchange on buying entity and buying entity tend to accept that drawn bill of exchange for payment on future date to selling entity. However, if selling entity requires urgent fund, it may approach its banker and tenders that accepted bill of exchange of buyer before it, and as per terms conditions settled between bank and the customer, bankers tend to discount or make payment of such bills in due time before as and when required by these entities and facilitates financial help. Now, the third aspect is remittance facility. After advancing loan, you have third function which is remittance facility. And in order to provide withdrawal facility to its customers, banks offers various facilities. These are number A, check, number 2, bank draft, number 3, pay order, number 4, mail transfer, number 5, NEFT, number 6, RT, GS facilities and so on. So what is a check? Check is issued in the form of semi-negotiable instrument by commercial bank and it is issued in the form of instruction by account holder of the bank directing bank to pay certain sum of money mentioned thereon to the person whose name is written on to the instruction. So check is mainly of two types. One is bearer check and Number two is crossed or account payee check. What is a bearer check? Bearer check. When account holder issues bearer check, so any person who bears this check is entitled to receive payment in cash after presenting it before the bank counter. However, if the word bearer is struck off and two transverse parallel lines are drawn right at the left corner of upper corner of check, it becomes cross check. Or many times, word account pay is also used in between these two transverse parallel lines, then it becomes crossed or account pay check. The payment of this check is not received in cash, rather its payment gets transferred from one account to other account. Bank draft. You all know bank draft. Bank draft is again issued by banker for making payment, and bankers used to issue such bank draft after receiving entire value from its customer along with its commission, and bank draft is mostly issued for outstation payment. So it is another safe and secure method of payment. Now third is pay order. Pay order is again similar to bank draft, but here pay order is issued for same station payment. That means if you want to make payment in Kolkata, so you are to obtain pay order from Kolkata bank, and then you will, when provide deposit such pay order, accordingly the receiving entity will collect payment from issuer banker. But as far bank draft is concerned, if you want to make payment in Delhi and you are in Kolkata, you are to obtain bank draft from your banker. You will send that bank draft to Delhi location, and from Delhi location, your payee banker will collect payment from payer bank. Next one is mail transfer. Under mail transfer, bankers tend to transfer fund as per mail issued to payee banker. Here bankers issues mail to payee banker in good language, and after receiving that mail, payee banker tend to credit deposit the mentioned value to the account holder, and it is another mode of payment. However, NEFT and RTGS are nowadays most famous. NEFT is issued, and NEFT is issued only for making payment below 2 lakh rupees, and there is fixed time at which bankers tend to make payment under NEFT. Banker also charges minimum amount for making such payment, but NEFT again has facilitated smooth remittance facility for its customers. But as far RTGS is concerned, it is mostly issued for making payment of more than rupees 2 lakhs. RTGS is also, it is under it, fund gets transferred from one account to other account, and bankers have a definite time schedule at which these tend to provide RTGS. Now, the fourth function includes fourth one, safeguarding valuables. Bankers tend to safeguard valuables of customers through offering lockers facility. Many customers owe or have lockers facility, and in these lockers they tend to keep their valuables, ornament, jewelry, important documents, and safeguards them from theft, dacoity, burglary. So safeguarding valuables is another important aspect. However, banks also offers underwriting facilities. Banks tend to offer underwriting services to companies where those companies who wants to raise capital through issuing fresh shares, banks offers them underwriting services, and after obtaining such underwriting services of commercial banks, these entity enters capital market and issues their shares in primary capital market. Sixth one is other services. Other services of commercial banks includes offering gift check facility, traveler's check facility, credit card, debit card facilities, etc. And with the help of all such facilities, customers enjoy banking services. In next class, we'll conclude again different classification of banks and so on. Thank you.